Client gave a call. They had an issue with their water line being exposed within Wyalusing Creek. The creek has a lot of issues with water flow, fluctuation in some of the water levels. They can go very high, very low.
A few years ago, there was a flood and it just broke out of the creek banks and created a fissure down through, started a new creek, which then exposed the pipe.
It was an exposed system, so within the water, anything could be floating. Trees are known to float in high water conditions, and the client was concerned that anything hitting that could have taken it out of operation. This job was extremely important to Cargill. The pipeline is actually the main feed water system to the manufacturing plant, so it's critical that that remained operational. The Wyalusing community is very dependent upon Cargill being one of their primary manufacturing and places of employment in that borough and township area. If that water line were to have gone out of service, the community as a whole and the jobs that would have had to have been on hold or postponed or would have been catastrophic to the community.
We don't want people to be out of work. If that water line was to separate, the plant shuts down and we have 1,400, 1,500 people not working.
JHA was able to immediately get involved on the project. We had a site meeting with the client, we evaluated what the problem was, and we put in play an emergency response process. We brought all the agencies together, we refined the permit process, got everything permitted within a few days of our field meeting. Within a week's time, we had the job under construction and the contractor on board. The amount of water in the creek that was over the pipeline, there's no way they could have operated and worked within those work areas. So we were able to dewater that work site. We used the channel blocker that would block off temporarily some of the flow over the systems, keep them dry. You saw all the armoring and the shoreline reinforcements that they did. All those had to have low water conditions or dewatered conditions. And we applied a protective matting over the existing system.
We use an ACBM, which is an articulating concrete block mat, and we anchor that into the ground. This gives the pipe extra protection from any type of debris, which would be coming down through the water.
And we applied the buffering system of sandbags over the actual utility.
Between the two companies, Job Site Resources and JHA, are very good. We've done work in the past with Chris, and that's how he called on us. He knows our reputation. We get in, get out, do the job right, safe.
JSR is an excellent company. We've had similar scenarios where exposed pipeline projects were brought to us as engineers to support in permitting and some of the construction management, and we worked alongside and teamed up with JSR to get some of those projects remediated. We've had previous experience with the contractor and have worked great with them. The project team on this particular project did an excellent job of communicating with our client, with the client agencies, and all the agencies that were involved in permitting. All of our team members, Josh, Eric, myself, all had key communication components for all of us that made the job successful. Cargill was so impressed with our work, they asked us to do a second phase, find a solution so this didn't happen in the future, which led to a subsequent project that we're working on with them to relocate the water line. I think the biggest accomplishment coming off of this project was to know that we served our client in a post-haste manner in a situation where we were put in a pressure cooker. JHA was able to put everything aside and serve our client to the best of our abilities. I'm very proud of that. Very proud to be a member of a team that was able to serve a client that needed from us what most people thought could not have been done.